So, how long have you been Ant-Man again?
Not long. It just sort of happened.
Whew. I have one more? That wasn't 3? Oh my god, there's one more. That's what happens when you put 3 films in one. Alright, let's get to it. There's one more film. I said we're going through 3 films today. We've done 2. We've done 10 by 10. We've done The Night Comes For Us. Or what's the last film? You saw the image on Instagram. What is it? Ant-Man and The Wasp. Out now on Blu-ray and DVD. Part of the Marvel Avengers universe. You know what's going on. You saw Avengers. Spoiler alert. Thanos killed everyone. The question on everyone's mind. Where was Ant-Man? Wait, that question made no sense. The question on about 5% of people's minds. Where was Ant-Man? I'm not shitting on Ant-Man. Ant-Man's a very good... He's a funny character. I love Paul Rudd. His films have been hilarious. He was funny in Role Models. He was funny in Knocked Up. Where does this fit in the Avengers universe? Is this before? Is this after? Is this in between? Is it in the middle? Well, it's in the middle. It's in the middle of the Avengers Infinity War franchise film, I mean. It's in the middle of what occurs during that film. Ant-Man and the Wasp is another action film. Where does it rank up in terms of The Night Comes For Us and Ant-Man and the Wasp? Well, The Night Comes For Us is here, and Ant-Man and the Wasp is about here. Basically, why did I enjoy Ant-Man and the Wasp? Well, Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, and even Michael Douglas put on some great performances. Once again, they're all 3 in the film. Lawrence Fishburne also makes an appearance. Apparently, he wasn't making enough money doing the Man of Steel films, so while that franchise is busy dying, he decided to pop on over to the Marvel Universe and make some more money. With that being said, and that being put aside, Ant-Man and the Wasp, what is this film about now? Well, we've got Walton Goggins coming off an incredible time that he had on Justified. He was probably one of the best villains and probably one of my favorite characters to watch on Justified. Not only was he a part of Justified, but he ended up appearing in a Quentin Tarantino movie. Which film? The Hateful Eight. If you didn't watch The Hateful Eight, well then I'm gonna be honest with you, I kinda hate all of you that didn't watch it. That was a great film. A great 3 hours that you could sit there and watch some fantastic dialogue and learn some new lines to talk to your friends about. But, Ant-Man and the Wasp. What is it about this film? What is this film actually about? What is the story about this film? Well, the story is Ant-Man has been under house arrest for the last 2 years since the incidents that occurred in Captain America Civil War. You gotta keep up with all the films. If you're not keeping up to date with what's going on, you're kind of lost and wondering why. But they do fill in the blanks for you if you haven't seen it. Ant-Man's been house arrest since Captain America Civil War due to the fact that there is now a superhero amendment. You basically can't go around saving people unless you've gotten the okay by the government. So because Ant-Man decided to go help out Captain America in their fight against Iron Man in the Captain America Civil War, he has now been put under house arrest where he is not allowed to use any of the technology, he's not allowed to put on the suit, he's pretty much not allowed to leave the house. He's trapped in his own home, bored out of his mind. What happens is he has a dream, or not a dream, but he has a vision of Michael Douglas's wife. She has been lost in the quantum realm for over 40 years, I guess, at this point. Which in the first one was addressed, in the first Ant-Man film, this was addressed. Michelle Pfeiffer's character was lost in the quantum realm. She sacrificed herself to save the United States of America from an oncoming nuclear crisis. She basically, what that means is she shrunk herself to the point of invisibility to the human eye, to the point where she was nothing less than, even less than a piece of dust on the floor, that you could not even see her. She shrank to the size that does not even exist in the terms of a size. He has a vision of her. He has not only is it a vision, but it is a memory of Evangeline Lilly's character hiding in a closet and the mother finding her. What this really is a message that she is still alive, she is out there, and she wants help because she wants to come back to the real world. From this message, Paul Rudd's character decides to call Michael Douglas and to inform him that he's had this weird dream and he doesn't know if it means something. From there, Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly now appear into the film and they become a part of Paul Rudd's life once again. They go on the journey to try and figure out if Paul Rudd's dream/vision is true, has does it hold up to what their theory is, that they believe that she is trapped in a quantum realm. Turns out that she is. They are correct. So throughout this film, as they're trying to save Michelle Pfeiffer's character, Evangeline Lilly's mother, and Michael Douglas's wife, there are several characters that come into play. One being played by Walton Goggins. His character, well, basically his character's goal is to steal Michael Douglas's lab. Now, how do you steal someone's lab when it is a 40-story tall building? Well, you steal Michael Douglas's lab when he is able to shrink the building. See, this film's called Ant-Man, so just be able to put this in your mind that anything possible, anything can be shrunk in this film. Anything at all. If you think, well, they can't shrink that, well, they can shrink that. So what they do is they shrink a building to the size of a luggage where Michael Douglas carries it around with him. So that's how Walton Goggins wants to steal it. He wants to steal the lab because he wants to use the technology for his own benefit and basically become a millionaire and become rich. A secondary character appears and she's looking for the lab so she can heal herself. She's got this invisibility power. She's basically a ghost. She can disappear, reappear, but it's not something that she actually wants to do. It's something that she wants to be able to control because it is killing her from the inside. So the only true villain in this film is Walton Goggins' character and the quantum realm for holding Michelle Pfeiffer's character. You see, all that put aside, this film it's a fun ride. It's funny. It's got a fantastic comedy. You're laughing from the start of the film to the end of the film. There's always jokes going around. Every character plays well off one another. Even the little girl that plays Paul Rudd's daughter in this film is fantastic. She is hilarious, and it's very rare you get a film where a young character, whether it be a young boy or a young girl, actually end up playing the role of what a young boy and a young girl is like. You usually get those stiff characters where the little girl is smiling there in the corner like a little creep, like but not saying anything. And in this film, much different. She's alive. She has a character. She's very emotional. She's got a lot going on, and I love that about it. Every person in this film had a lot going on, and it made it such fun. It made it as if you were just hanging out with your buddies again, and that's what these kind of films should be about. That is what the Marvel Universe really is about. It's about hanging out with your friends, or the friends that are left, since Thanos, spoiler, killed the majority of them. So, what can I say about the action? I know I spent a great deal explaining how much I love the action in The Night Comes For Us. Ooh, the action in this one, very, you know what, for an American-made film, different style of action from The Night Comes For Us, but this was very original in terms of what they were able to do with the fact that this was a film where the title was Ant-Man, and the secondary character was the Wasp. This was a film where they had the ability to do almost anything with their ability to shrink things, to bring things to sizes, so you can only imagine what they were able to do. In one of the sequences, which you've probably seen behind me, they managed to shrink a truck, bring it back to size, to knock out another car that was underneath it, that they were underneath of. You don't see that in films. You don't get to see many of the scenes that you've seen behind me in any of the films. These are some things that were very cool about what this film was. And that's exactly what this film was going for. It was cool action scenes, fun action scenes that made sense for a film of this nature. It's called Ant-Man. You've got to expect to see certain things where it won't make sense to you as a general viewer unless you understand the comic book universe. And the comic book universe is, well, anything is possible. They've got powers. Powers are available. They've got the technology to create certain things. They can make suits. They can make weapons. They can shrink. They can fly into space. They can fight an evil alien. Aliens exist. Ghosts exist. Oh, everything that we grew up being afraid of basically is real in these films. So, you gotta suspend your disbelief when you're watching Ant-Man and the Wasp. You gotta suspend your disbelief when you're watching any Marvel film. Where does this film rank up in the Marvel Universe if you're going to start ranking stuff? It doesn't rank in the top... I don't want to say it doesn't rank in the top 10. I would put it in probably the top 15 if I had to. Look, Ant-Man and the Wasp is a good movie. It's just there's so many Marvel films. Over 20 at this point. It's tough to start to rank where everything goes. Is this a recommended film? For sure. Whether you've seen the first Ant-Man, whether you've seen any of the Marvel films, this film just by itself is a standalone film. It is funny. The comedy on its own will get you to laugh. It's not like you need to know the jokes or the references from previous films. You just gotta, it's everyday humor. And that's what makes this film so good. Is it's everyday humor that you can appreciate. Other than that, this film has some fun action. Like I've said, kids, family members, young adults, old adults, anyone of any age could watch this film and appreciate it and enjoy it. This is not a dark film. This is none of that DC Universe nonsense where Batman's coming and says, "Hey, why did you kill my wife?" No, we don't got none of that. This is, everyone's trying to help one another. Everyone's got a purpose. Everyone's got a goal that they're all trying to lead towards making things happier. Minus Walton Goggins, who just wants money. He's one of those money-hungry people. Ant-Man and the Wasp, 7 on 10. Not because it's a bad movie, not because it's worse than, or it's worse than 10 by 10, or because it's worse than The Night Comes for Us. It's simply because that the film, it's good. It's good, but at the same time that it's good, and at the same time that it's got some original action, at the same time that it's got some funny moments, it's not really an original film. It's a comic book movie. And the comic book formula has been done. The comic book formula has been done by Marvel in almost over 25 films at this point. It's rinse and repeat, add some new elements, add some comedy, add some new dynamics, some new characters, and basically make the same film over and over again. I'm not against their way of doing things. It's been working for them. They've made some fantastic films. They've done a great job of what they have with the canon and the films that they've launched so far. I'm just saying that, look, I think it's time that we take it maybe a different direction. I'm not saying change the tone of the movie. The tone is fine. The tone of the franchises is fine. Let's just bring something different. Bring a different element to the table. Bring maybe a bit of darkness. Not DC darkness. Not Superman snapping General Zod's neck darkness, which is still unacceptable for Superman. He does not kill, and I don't give a goddamn of how you're trying to spin that. I'm sorry to say, but he does not kill. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I recommend checking it out. Hell, if you've seen all the other Marvel films and this is the only one that you've yet to check out, I recommend checking it out. It's on Blu-ray and DVD. It'll soon probably be on Netflix. If it doesn't appear on Netflix, it'll surely appear on the Disney application. If you haven't checked it out and you're interested in buying it, the link is always at the bottom. We're sending you to Amazon. You got everything you need there. You know how Amazon works. 2-day shipping. Everything is free at this point. At the same time, if you're interested in 10 by 10, you could probably get a good deal on that. The Night Comes for Us. Unfortunately, that's only on Netflix. A lot of us have Netflix. I'm going to almost assume that a good chunk of the people watching this have Netflix. Check it out. If you don't, I'm going to say find an alternative, because this is worth watching. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I said, 7 on 10. Fun film, fun for the family, fun for you if you're on a date night, fun if you just want to smoke a joint, sit back, relax, and take it easy, and even watch it. Fun if you want to just play a drinking game and see how many times someone says the word "get the briefcase" or get the lab. Just fun to have these little things that you notice as the film goes on. Like I said, action's fun, film's fun, everything's fun. We've gone through 3 films. I've almost not taken a breath as I've been talking about this. I probably should. Give me a minute. Whew. I'm good now. As always, folks, as always, friends, the links are at the bottom. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that is where I'm at. If you want to follow, if you want to talk, if you want to communicate, if you want to be friends, as I've been calling you friends, hit me up. Don't forget to subscribe to this page. There's always videos and always content coming out. We're improving and doing new things. As you can see, some stuff have changed from the week before. We've also got 3 rounds with Jay where I discuss what goes on in the MMA world, discuss what goes on in films. It won't always be reviews. I'll sometimes switch things up. There'll be some giveaways coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, subscribe, like. I'll see you next week. I love all of you. Have a great weekend. Peace out. This was Jay at the Movies.